Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and I hate this Prophet Orb event. Genuinely, it is one of the worst Prophet Orb events we've had in a very long time, and the only thing that makes this event good is the fact we have a new Transcendence hero and a bunch of rewards coming out because he is released. New Aspen looks absolutely bonkers, his skills are crazy, we'll cover them towards the end of the video, but the main thing about this event is you are getting a ton of rewards for free because of his release. However, the actual Prophet Orb event itself, Heroic Miracle and all that stuff is hot garbage, so let's go and check that all out and actually see what this event brings for you guys, whether you're a free-to-play player or a spender. But before we check that out, let me tell you about today's sponsor. For those of you that watch the stream will know that I really like premium quality materials when it comes to my men's clothing and fashion items. So when the company Extra reached out to me, I was super excited to see what they had, because this is a wallet company. Check this bad boy out, right? That does not look like any wallet you've probably ever seen before. It is low profile, absolutely beautiful. It's got a little band there for me to keep my cash, and you see this little button here on the side? Watch this. It makes my cards pop out the top for easy access. This is absolutely awesome. They have models as well that have trackers, so you can connect them to your smart home devices, so you can go ahead and ask your phone where your wallet is, and that is absolutely wild, because the amount of times I have nearly been late for things because I cannot find my wallet is ridiculous. They also have accessories for your keys so that you can find them too, and at the moment they have a massive sale on for Christmas. So head over to shop.extra.com/MKxJUMP to get some huge savings this Christmas period, and you can potentially pick something up, whether it's for yourself or a loved one for Christmas. I don't normally take sponsors in on the stream, but the quality of this product and the fact that I now use this as my personal wallet really should say leaps and bounds for how good this is of a product. So go ahead and check them out at shop.extra.com/MKxJUMP. I honestly can't recommend them enough. So guys, let's go ahead and check out this week's event. Every day for logging in, we're going to get 100 Scythe hairbands, which is a headband worn by Eloise, which is the thing she uses as a weapon with these two sharp blades. Looks pretty cool, and you need to collect these as part of the campaign loot drop. You're also going to get a Prophet Orb every day as well. Make sure you're logging in every day, because picking up these Scythe hairbands will be crucial for you to get some bonus rewards this week, so that's pretty nice. So make sure you're claiming all of that. And oh, look at that, my 9-star puppet selection chest came in because we did really well in Imps Adventure this week, and we were 1 dice saved up to get ourselves the additional stars we needed. Anyway, if you go to campaign and you press get and you press loot, you can loot these Scythe hairbands. So make sure you're logging in pretty frequently to ensure that you're claiming those, because you can use them to gain rewards. So before we go and check out all the bonus rewards that's coming from Aspen, let me show you this event. Now, the first thing you might notice is that Almost Workshop and Grey Dwarf's Blessing has disappeared, but that's because they've added it to the blacksmith. Look how clean this looks. I really like the artwork they've done here. These little emblems are fantastic, and you can get the forge options here that lets you craft up your armor. You've got Almost Workshop, which lets you tune things up, and I like how they've converted this now into the beautifully integrated blacksmith menu. It looks really, really good. And also you've got Grey Dwarf's Blessing as well, so that's got your different versions you can have. It's got your conversion, it's got your hero resonance, and your area for disassembling equipment. They've changed the order slightly, which was probably a good call. Disassembling at the end makes sense, and yeah, it looks really, really good. So I really like the changes here. Really nice quality of life improvement. Good job, DH Games. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out the main stuff. We've got our value packages. These are pretty standard. You get your usual double VIP XP equivalent in gems. You're getting a bunch of Prophet Orbs, and because it's campaign loot drop, you can go ahead and buy this currency as well if you wanted to pick up the available artifact or heroes that will be available in the Avenger Eloise store. This week, it's Receptor. You've got your normal Starspawn cores as well, and our heroes are Annabelle for 2,700, Fiona for 2,500, and Morax for 2,300. The majority of free-to-play players who don't want to spend any money but log in frequently will get 2,300 of these at least, so you should be able to get a Morax for free if that's something you want. Most people, however, will be purchasing either the skin to help them build legendary skins for the Celestial Island bonuses, or you're going to be grabbing heroic summon scrolls because it's the holiday season and you're going to need scrolls for Christmas and Chinese New Year. They would be my recommendations. Maybe you might even need Prophet Orbs to finish off the Prophet Orbs you'll need for this week's event. Heroic Miracle is kind of lackluster. It's offering Seahu, and really I don't like this. I don't think offering a hero like Seahu is good at all. It would be nice to have a light and dark hero or an actually good hero. Seahu is kind of crap, and that's quite disappointing. I'm really not a fan of Seahu at all. So I'm not pleased that he is our reward. To get the rewards for this, you need to do 2 lights, 2 darks, 3 forests, 3 abyss, 3 fortress, and 3 shadow. All of those 5-star heroes. If you get them, doesn't matter where it's from, whether it's from fusions, whether it's from the Compass of Transcended, whether it's just from pulling them in shards in your bag, you should hopefully be able to fill this out, get yourself some additional Prophet Orbs and scrolls, and of course, the copy of Seahu. Now, the big thing for this week is the Prophet Summon event. That's the main backbone of what we get this week, and it's kind of disappointing, in all honesty, because you look at this and it's your usual stuff. You're getting your 5 stars, your 4 stars, your dark, and your light. But for 60, it's Garuda, and for 80, it's Natasha. Natasha only came out 2 weeks ago. This should be Annabelle if they decided just to stick to the normal hero release schedule. I complained about this and thought it was a mistake last week, but no, DH Games have decided to totally double down on it and say, no, we actually meant to put Natasha in there, and for some stupid reason, even though she only came out 2 weeks ago, she is now the reward for Prophet Orbs, which means they've totally missed out Annabelle. I guess what they're going to do is give us Annabelle next month, but that just really annoys me because they could have done us all a massive favor. Annabelle is obviously one of the better heroes that's been released this year, so the fact that they give us Natasha instead is just infuriating. And the saving grace for Natasha is that she does steal attack, but given the fact that new Aspen also steals attack, I kind of don't want Natasha at all, because I'd rather just build Aspen in the long term, or maybe you might even build Aspen as your first Transcendence hero, because he does seem that good. So I find this really, really annoying. I cannot tell you just how annoyed I am at DH Games, because if this was just the event, if this was just the Prophet Orbs we'd have to put up with, this is crap, because this isn't a mysterious artifact selection chest, it's just a Receptor. Heroic Miracle is offering an awful hero, and the Prophet Summon event is offering garbage, unless of course you need the Garuda for some reason. You're building her as your first E5, which is only people that have just started the game. Then this is giving you nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, who is building Natasha, unless of course you need her as a tenant? So I just find this a big total disappointment. The only thing that redeems this event is the Aspen rewards you can see here. First of all, every time you get 25 Aspen badges, which are these little fellas here, you can go ahead and try to summon a hero. It is basically identical to what we had when Fairy Queen Vesa came out. They literally copy and pasted the event. So for every 3 Prophet Orbs, you're going to get 1 of these Aspen badges. For every 50 VIP XP, which is every single dollar, you're going to get another badge. Obtaining 5-star heroes will get you more badges, and you can do that up to 30 times. And if you've activated Aspen in the gallery, you of course can pick up more Aspen badges. So generally, for a lot of you free-to-play players, it's unlikely you've made a 6-star Aspen, so let's assume you've got a 5-star. That's 5 badges. Let's say you can get your 30 5-star heroes. That takes you to 35, and if you do happen to have 300 Prophet Orbs saved, which hopefully is likely, you should get yourself 135 of these badges. Let's see what that'll buy you from the store. Magic Stone Sword. Why? Why on earth would they give us this? In the Vesa event, they gave us Demon Bell, a really, really good artifact that is phenomenal in so many game modes. When combined with multiple copies of itself, you can build a Splendid, and then you can build multiple Splendid, and you can do some crazy energy feed things with it. All you need is 2 Radiants and a Glittery. Heck, you can do it with 1 Radiant and 2 Glitteries if you get lucky. So basically, what we're saying here is the Vesa event was really good. Magic Stone Sword is not a good artifact. It offers attack, damage reduction, control immunity. It's okay. It's got an attack component which can become upgraded to be quite high, but generally from a free artifact, come on DH Games, you could have given us something good. You only release a Transcendence hero like once every 3 months. At least do my free-to-play players right and give them something they're gonna use. Even an Antlers Cane is more use than this, because an upgraded Antlers Cane is useful in Seal Lands and boss fights. Magic Stone Sword isn't gonna come into play there. Really annoying. 10-star Dark Puppets. Okay, yeah, they're cool, they're nice, but you know what? You're probably still going to grab Magic Stone Sword anyway because it is a rare exclusive artifact, and if you're free to play, you really should be buying all the ones you can get. So, okay, I guess you are going to have to grab this. And you can't even get yourself a Mysterious Artifact Selection chest because they cost 155. Even if you were able to build a 10-star Aspen, that's only 15 more of these, which is going to take you up to 150. So yeah, you can't even buy that. You're going to have to spend $5 to go ahead and grab the Mysterious Artifact Selection chest if that's something you wanted to do, assuming you have a 10-star Aspen. And for every ticket you don't have, because you won't have a 10-star Aspen for most accounts, you're going to have to spend $1 for every ticket you don't have. So basically, most people are going to have to spend 20 bucks if they want to get a Mysterious Artifact Selection chest. You know what? That's actually really good. 20 bucks for a Mysterious Artifact Selection chest means budget players rejoice. Finally, you can get yourself a good artifact without having to fork out hundreds and hundreds. But of course, for that, you are going to need your 300 Prophet Orbs, which again, hopefully you have saved. So yeah, I'm really disappointed by this. I was really hoping for a better artifact. And you know what's also really annoying is that you might not even want to go for the Mysterious Artifact Selection chest. And it's not because there's 10 stars available. It's because this is available, the Cloud Island chest, which gives you everything you see inside it, and everything is 100k of all building materials. We get 30 Masters toolboxes as well, 10k fine wood, and 10k hard rocks. This is really good. This is such a fantastic chest because that's the one most limited thing in this game right now is resources to help upgrade your tenants. So getting as many as possible is really important, which means people are going to be super conflicted because mysterious artifacts are so important to seeing you progress through the game. But also, Cloud Island materials are the most important thing when it comes to endgame progress. So it's really irritating how this is going to tear people between what to choose, and I think it's going to be really difficult for people to decide. What do I recommend? Well, it depends what you really need. If the thing holding you back is artifacts, then you are going to have to go ahead and grab the artifact chest. If the thing holding you back is Cloud Island materials, then you are going to need to grab those. If you're a free-to-play player, I wouldn't grab Magic Stone Sword. I would go ahead and grab the Cloud Island chest. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds wild. You're like, whoa, skip on the artifact? But really, this chest is the game changer. In my opinion, that's the best thing here. It's, in fact, the one redeeming factor of this event is that we can actually pick up a chest like this without having to spend any money, because Masters toolboxes are traditionally hidden behind a paywall. So it's actually nice that you can pick them up during this event. So that, for me, is the redeeming quality of this event. It would have been nice to have star spawn cores in here too, but, you know, that's getting greedy at that point. And by the way, if you do spend a ton of money, which is going to be 650 bucks, you can buy everything here, assuming you max out everything else in the event, and you'll also get 30 cores of Transcendence and 150 Glorious Relics. Is that worth it? Well, that depends on what you need. For the VIP series, absolutely not. I've already got enough Mysterious Artifact Selection chests, and I don't need a Magic Stone Sword. Like, come on, really? I couldn't tell you how upset I am about that Magic Stone Sword. It's genuinely a joke. Anyway, the other stuff you can do here is fight with Aspen. So if you're fighting in an attack where you are the attacker and there happens to be somewhere in that fight an Aspen and one of his buddies, which will be another Transcendence hero, you'll get the rewards you see here. So Aspen plus Sia is going to be an elite 5-star. Aspen plus Halora is another 5-star. Aspen plus Asmodel is going to be a dark 5-star. And Aspen plus Jara is going to be a light 5-star. And Aspen plus Fairy Queen Vessa is going to be 5 cores of Transcendence. If you happen to build Aspen this event, and you do 10 battles with him, you'll also pick up a 5-star hero selection chest, but you have to be the one attacking with him. And the game modes it works in are Crystal Crown League, Trial of the Champion, Interdimensional Arena, and most importantly, friendly matches, which means you guys can go into your friends list and you can add or find someone who happens to have these heroes. In my case, I'm going to see if I can find someone. I believe that maybe Lucario's got it already. No. Who is repping an Aspen right now? There he is. There's Original. And yep, Aspen is on that defensive lineup. In fact, every single Transcendence hero is on that lineup. So what I'm going to do is just attack it once, and you guys can see how this works. So here we go. Basically, just skip battle. Don't need to watch this out. I obviously lost. But now, because I did that, if I go ahead and look, you'll see I've completed everything here. So it's that simple. All you have to do is find someone in the community who can help you out. So join our Discord. Those folks definitely can give you guys a helping hand, get you the materials you need so you can pick up, most importantly, those cores of Transcendence. And also those 5 stars should help you when it comes to completing Heroic Miracle and also getting the Dim Star rewards by obtaining 5-star heroes. So that's all pretty good. Finally, for those of you that spend, we have the value packages right here. $50 are going to get you 5,000 gems, 15 cores of transcendence, and 100 glorious relics. This is okay. This is basically getting you extra gems and relics as well as what you'd spend for cores. It really depends whether you buy cores or not, really. If that's something you like purchasing, then this package is fantastic for you. If not, it doesn't really offer much. You might just want to go ahead and buy this as the thing that puts you over the edge to be able to pick up a mysterious artifact selection chest. Maybe that's the redeeming quality of that as well. Also, if you go ahead and spend $100, you'll pick yourself up the 30 cores of transcendence, 500,000 stellar shards, and a glory epic hero selection chest, which is basically an imminent chest. It includes every hero that's been released in the game so far, including light and darks, so you can go ahead and grab that. So yeah, that's going to be $100. Might seem crazy, but 30 cores of transcendence are normally $100 anyway, so I guess that factors in okay for you guys. So again, if you buy cores, this is better value than just buying a core package. It really depends whether it's worth it for you. A lot of people are just going to flat skip these. Most people don't buy cores unless you're a heavy spender. And I guess unless you have some things you really want to go ahead and chase in here that you can't already pick up as a free-to-play player, spending just isn't really worth it. So all in all, for me, this event is a bit of a disappointment. I do guess we are getting some nice things for free, but the artifact isn't even that good, and you can't grab a mysterious artifact selection chest without spending, and the Cloud Island chest is probably just the most important thing here, and the only redeeming good thing about this event. But in reality, the best thing about this event is Aspen. Lord of Fear, your boy, is insane. So let's go ahead and look at his skills, and I'll give you a quick rundown of what I think. So first of all, his basic attack is going to target back row enemies, dealing 800% of attack damage and reduces their control immunity by 15%, which is important because he has a 70% chance to inflict Fear Abyssal Gaze for 2 rounds, and also he increases his own crit rate by 20% for 3 rounds after dealing this basic attack. So he's improving his own damage by buffing up his own crit chances, and that also means you don't have to build him specifically for crit necessarily, because he is going to be buffing his crit anyway. That, or it means he's even more reliable if you are going for a crit build. The Fear Abyssal Gaze is bonkers because heroes afflicted by it are unable to do basic attacks, so they can get locked out of attacking completely, and they also cannot crit. Now, the important thing about not doing basic attacks is basic attacks give you 50 energy. So if you don't have the ability to attack, you can't gain energy, which means you're stuck doing basic attacks. But Abyssal Gaze is going to stop you from doing basic attacks, so you're kind of stuck in an endless cycle where your hero can't do anything. So you really are going to need Crowd Control Purify to move this. Also, in game modes where Purify isn't a thing, you're going to find that Aspen is absolutely bonkers, especially if he's quicker than the opponents and is able to put this on those backline heroes. I'm looking at you, Seal Land. This could be pretty nuts, especially with a Receptor or something like that. Also, the fact it reduces people's control immunity means this has a better chance of sticking, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's move on to Death Spread. Whenever an enemy dies, he'll increase his own crit damage by 30%. That's nice, big fat buff. And also there's a 100% chance to inflict fear on all enemies for 2 rounds. So every time you kill someone, everyone's going to get a bit scared. So basically, when people die, a blanket CC comes out. That's nuts. That's a very powerful ability. CCs that get triggered passively in the middle of rounds are really good for breaking up tempo, which is a crucial thing in PvP and also in fights where it's a 6v6 and there's a lot of enemies where killing enemies is actually a thing. Also, increasing his crit damage is really good because it means when his active skill or basic do go off, getting a nice crit in there as well is going to be real juicy. Let's move across to his final passive. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with fear, so whether that's from his own fear abilities, Abyssal Gaze, or the abilities of other heroes such as Tix, you'll find that he is going to heal himself by 10% of his max HP. He's going to gain 20 energy, which increases his chance of doing active skills, and also he's going to gain 8% attack for 3 rounds and 6% control immunity. So he's stacking up his control immunity too, which is pretty crazy. This guy is buffing himself a lot. Bear in mind, Focus could counter this with Focus's mark, because every time you get a buff, you're going to take damage that's going to trigger those marks. But whether people use Focus as a response to Aspen remains to be seen. It may be a change in the meta we could see going forwards, but I doubt it. I don't think it's going to make much difference. Also, at the end of each round, enemies affected by fear are going to lose 50 energy. Now, remember what I said, that when you do basic attacks, you gain energy. So being locked out of doing them means you can't gain energy, and therefore you can't do more basic attacks because of how fear works. Well, the fact that Aspen is stealing the energy of opponents as well means you're completely locking them down, because you're not allowing them to get enough energy to do an active skill, and an active skill is the only way to be able to attack when you are under the effect of fear. So unless you have a way of removing that fear, you are completely locked out by Aspen, which means Aspen lockout teams could genuinely become a thing in fights that don't have Control Purify. That is going to be bonkers in a lot of game modes and could potentially twist how easy it is to do the Void Vortex. More on that though when more content creators, including myself, are going to go in and test against the Void Vortex. We still haven't got that available to us because the Vortex isn't open, but this weekend expect a lot of us to go in and throw in Aspen to just see what he can do. I'm actually going to be doing that on a stream next on Twitch. So join me at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP if you want to go ahead and check that out, because that is going to be a lot of fun. Also, I didn't even mention there's an additional 30% chance to steal 50 more energy, assuming 50 energy wasn't enough. So yeah, bonkers effect, the fact that you can lock out opponents, keep them feared, stop them doing attacks. It's just wild. And to finish all that off, his active skill is nutty. It deals 1000% of attack damage to a single enemy twice. So that's 2 hits, and then deals Abyssal Gaze to them. And it just says inflicts, so that's basically 100% chance to. Control immunity does offset this, so that's something worth bearing in mind. It isn't just a blanket, there you go, take it for free. We did test this, and it did end up proving that control immunity can't stop this from happening. It's not that good, right? It doesn't just inflict it regardless of control immunity. That would be too broken. But it does last for 3 rounds, which is very nice, assuming you don't remove it. And after the attack, if the target's HP is lower than 40%, and this is where things get wild, he deals 1000% of attack damage again twice, and restores HP equal to 120% of the damage dealt. And this attack also has the Demon King's Might feature, which basically means if the opponent is a boss who can't be inflicted with fear, he's instead just going to deal an additional 120% of damage dealt by the whole skill to the opponent, and then steal 30% of their attack. And look at that there, where it says 30% attack. It has no round limit. It is just a flat 30% attack steal that goes to your Aspen and is taken away from the opponent. So in Broken Spaces 8 and Broken Spaces 9, where dying is an actual reality, you can totally sap away the attack of opponents using Aspen. It is bonkers. This guy is so strong because he is fulfilling so many roles in PvE. He's a damage dealer. When the opponent is below 40%, which is likely going to be a thing in your Broken Spaces fights, he's going to deal even more damage, which means he's going to far exceed heroes like Vesa. He also hits one target, which means he synergizes with Drake's debuff because you can target the opponent. Not to mention, it's a target you choose because they have to be in the same position as Aspen, so you can strategically snipe opponents. That's also a massive thing in the Void Vortex if you need to target an Amun-Ra who is going to problematically healing curse your team, which is, by the way, something that can totally wreck Aspen because he heals himself, right? That's a big thing. He gains a lot of health. So obviously, it could be a problem if Aspen is getting hit by healing curse. But no, Aspen can totally just snipe away those Amun-Ras and not worry about them. If there's no Amun-Ra, you can go ahead and snipe away a Garuda. That's assuming you're not just putting fear on Garuda and stealing her energy anyway, so she's not even going to affect you. Aspen just seems like a bonkers hero moving forwards. I think he genuinely could be a contender for best first Transcendence hero, and I think he is the thing about this event that makes this event good. Everything about this event sucks, right? Okay, sure, the rewards you're getting are fine, but they're not amazing and they're not the best we've ever seen. This chest is the best part of it, right? This chest is just really cool. But when you go ahead and look at everything else, it's just absolute hot garbage. Thank goodness, though, that Aspen is viable, super nuts. He's going to be crazy in basically every game mode. Easily one of the best, if not the best hero in the game, and honestly, I just genuinely could not think of a more cool hero for them to bring out. Also, he just looks awesome. Like, look at that, man. It's so cool. So yeah, all in all, there's my thoughts on this event and my thoughts on Aspen. We'll be doing more testing with him going forward, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, guys, to go ahead and check out Extra. They've got a massive Christmas sale on right now, and this wallet that I have right here is super duper cool. This is made of aluminium. You can get it as well in military-grade carbon fiber if you wanted. They also make wallets out of premium Italian leather. Super fantastic quality materials. I'm sure on this website you will find something for either a loved one or yourself. So go ahead, and also I get a kickback for every purchase you use through that link, shop.extra.com/MKxJUMP. So please do go check that out and let me know if you find anything cool and drop it in the comment section. Either way, folks, I'll see you in the next video, and happy hunting.